Saudi Arabia is one of the most talked about countries in the world, but how much of what we hear is actually true? Today, we will be starting our journey through Saudi Arabia in the capital city of Riyadh, a city that's redefining itself with a futuristic skyline, cutting-edge architecture, and a lifestyle that's rapidly evolving.
Not what I expected.
Today, we're going to be redefining all the misconceptions and we're going to give you our first official impressions. There's so much unknown and we're going to show you everything from lifestyle, food, culture, experiences, entertainment, all in one place, starting right now. This is Saudi Arabia.
We are in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I never thought I'd be saying that.
And I cannot contain my excitement to finally be here. And of course, we are starting our journey in the capital city of Riyadh.
From first glance, not what I expected. I thought I was going to see sand dunes, desert, camels.
And I'm standing in front of some of the most beautifully built buildings I have ever seen. The landscape, the skyscrapers are absolutely magnificent. I did not expect Saudi to look like this, and what a perfect start to our journey. Now, when I first thought about coming to Saudi Arabia, especially as a foreign woman, I didn't really know what to expect.
To be honest, I had a lot of preconceptions, I had some misunderstandings, I had a lot of questions before I arrived in Saudi Arabia. Was it safe? Was it clean? What was the culture like? What was the food like? Is it very touristy? Is it okay for tourists to come? General questions that I think lots of people have had.
When you see media headlines, you hear all sorts of things and your mind can go crazy. But having landed here in Riyadh and getting a first initial impression, I cannot tell you how amazing it feels. Like right now, I'm standing in this district. There are tons of families, tons of people walking around. It's super modern, super clean. It feels like I've got nothing to be worried about. And I'm really sad that the media does that to you. You see the headlines, you get an instant feeling of fear. And I don't really want the media to do that about countries because I feel so excited to visit Saudi Arabia. The only way you can have an opinion like that is if you come here and see it for yourself, have your own experience.
So I know that Saudi Arabia has one of the fastest growing economies in the world, and looking at all of this, I can clearly see it.
And right now I'm in an area called KAFD, which is King Abdullah Financial District.
And it's this beautiful financial heart of Riyadh. And to be honest, it's not like any financial district you've seen before, because not that long ago, none of this existed. What they've done is built an entire financial district with 95 buildings, 61 skyscrapers out of nothing. Most of these buildings are in fact empty. They're not being rented out yet. They haven't been bought. No companies are in them. They are building an entire financial district before anyone's even here.
We are surrounded by tons of skyscrapers, office blocks, buildings. The designs are super sleek. They've got glass towers, beautiful geometric designs.
And the idea is this entire area is going to hold over 1.6 million people. That is absolutely insane, and it gives you an intro of what it's like here in Saudi. Insane growth, insane development, but the people aren't even here yet. A lot of the businesses aren't even here yet. They are setting up for the future in a way I've never seen before. One or two buildings have a brand name on, maybe it's a bank or an insurance company, but most of them are empty, and they've built all of them. Look at this. Normally a financial district grows over time, but here they thought we're going to build 100 skyscrapers in one go.
I would say it's a work in progress, but yeah, we're looking at serious architectural, futuristic designs. Can you believe that we've been traveling for the past 5 years and this is country number 20 for us? And so many people told us on Instagram, like, how could you come here before you came to Europe? And the thing is, this is the place that I've been wanting to visit for a very, very long time. There's so much unknown and I'm ready to explore. I'm ready to just dive in.
And let's give you a first impressions. First few seconds here in Saudi. First of all, we got palm trees.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Just to remind us that we actually are in the
We're
desert.
in the desert, and also look at my clothes. It is so cold in the desert, and it's kind of cloudy today. It's been raining a little bit.
I'm sure when we started this video and you saw us in a hoodie and a jacket, you thought, they can't be in Saudi. This feels weird for us. We're in the middle of the desert and you can feel it's dusty, it's dry, but it's cold. We're really cold right now. So Saudi has a winter, or Riyadh has a winter, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
So all the buildings are going to be mostly offices and maybe rental units or apartments, but there's also coffee shops on this side. I see here we have some restaurants, there's some Mexican food. It is absolutely spotless.
There's not a speck of litter, and I love how this little square is designed. It's open air, it's beautiful, spacious and clean. So it's actually getting quite busy behind me. There's so many families, there's lots of people out and about, and today is Friday, so there is lots and lots of people, because if you didn't know, Saudi Arabia has a Friday, Saturday weekend, so today is technically Saturday. Is that right?
Yeah, correct.
Today is Friday, so it's Saturday, and tomorrow is Saturday, so it's Sunday.
For us.
For us.
Yes.
Right.
So that's why there's lots of people hanging around. Cool environment here.
Very cool environment.
But for now we're leaving the financial district and we're going to go to a different side, and to do that we're going to take the metro, which is brand new here in Riyadh. And one thing I've noticed is the amount of construction. Everywhere you look, you will see cranes, building, construction. Actually, from here, I can see 7, 8 cranes. It's absolutely insane. They are building on a scale I've never seen before. I can't believe how modern this all is. I don't think I've seen a district that looks like this before. And right over here, they're actually building a monorail to take you through this financial district. It's not ready yet, but that shows that they're expecting millions of people to be here, that will build a monorail before the people are even here. Over here, I can see the Aramco building. And Aramco is the biggest company here in Saudi. I think it's 3rd or 4th biggest company in the entire world, which is helping fund a lot of what we're seeing over here. Babu, hi. This is a gold building in front of us.
So you're probably thinking, wow, what is that magnificent art museum behind you? No, that is not an art museum. That is the metro station. And it is brand new. And when I say brand new, I mean it's only been open for 2 or 3 months. And it is absolutely spectacular. It actually resembles the waves in the sand, or motions through the sand of the desert. And I love that it's got little holes, and when the sun is shining, it can actually reflect into the metro station. So let's go try out the brand new driverless metro. I'm so excited.
Also, the station is absolutely monstrous. Look at it in comparison to the size of these people. And it goes all the way down there, probably a few hundred meters. I think the entrance is just around here.
Ooh. Whoa.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, this is amazing. It's like we're going through a tunnel here. Assalamu alaikum.
Walking into this metro station is like walking into a sci-fi movie. It is super modern. It's all curved and bright and beautiful. And when you think of a subway or a metro station, you're always thinking it's dark and gloomy and dirty. But this is definitely not that, because it feels like an art museum. It's nothing like I've ever seen before. Like I'm in Avatar or Star Wars.
This is definitely a Star Wars movie. Is this like Coruscant or something?
And apparently this is the largest metro network here in the Middle East. Apparently it's going to have 85 stations and 6 lines.
So look, everywhere is curved, and I can see here's a potential train platform, and then there's more platforms up there. So it might be 3 or 4 levels in here.
And it's also to just make traffic so much more better, ease congestion, make it more convenient for locals and for travelers like us.
So before we take the train, we need to get a ticket. But here how it works is first you get a metro card. So you buy the card and then you have it forever. And then you come to this very fancy machine, which is touchscreen, and you top it up. I'm gonna go English first. And then to top it up, you just put your card against the scanner. And then it says, I have 5 Saudi Riyal loaded on the card. And then you can just top up. I'll add another 5 to show you how it works. And then you can use cash or bank card. So if I go bank card, I take our card and just put it against the same scanner. There you go, just like that. To load that 5 back on, I just put this back here, load it. That is probably the most efficient and modern ticketing system I've ever got, because normally when you get to a metro station, like you're looking through all the stations and it's super confusing and you don't know where you're going and you have to choose the right station. Here, you just load on, and if you want and live here, you could just load on maybe 200. So easy. Okay, let me load yours, my girl. Okay, here we go. Scan here. I think that's the most modern entrance we've ever had. And look at this.
This is
How is this a metro station?
unreal. This is the most beautiful metro station we've ever been in.
I think this is going to become a tourist attraction in its own, and they probably know that. So this is actually the main terminal, you could call it, and then on each side there are escalators going up and down. So that's the yellow line on that side. And then we have the orange and purple line on that side, which I like because then you've got this big open space, and then you just make your way to each side and walk through this sort of main atrium to find your platform. Very open air, easy. Because of the curvature of all the buildings and the white color, it feels like everything's flowing, which is what you need in a metro station. Okay, so this is our platform. So you can see we came from all the way down there up here, and look how clean and modern it is. You can see we're taking the blue line. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. I love that this is all black. It feels like super
sleek and modern.
modern. Oh, here comes the train.
There it is.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
People are so lovely.
Oh, so you can see there's a family sign here.
Oh, so cool.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
المحطة التالية هي المروج. The next station is المروج.
This is one of the first trains I've ever been on where they have different sections. So they have a single section, they have first class, and then they have a family section. So if you have kids or if you have your husband with you, then you can be in the family section, which is pretty cool. Or if you're by yourself, then you can be in the single section. We can see the KAFD skyline from here, which is absolutely magnificent. This train is so modern and quiet.
This is obviously the blue line that we're taking, going in this direction, and then here you can see this is a crossover with the red line, and now it's changing to Arabic. So this is all electronic, which most metro stations don't have. They also have the time and the date on the end, and look how beautiful it is from the outside. We've got all the palm trees, we've got a bit of the desert, and then there you can see the financial district in the background. Look how tall those buildings are.
I'm really, really glad to see everyone taking the metro, because apparently the traffic in Riyadh is just crazy. So hopefully this reduces some of that.
Here it says family class, so there won't be any single men, like one man by himself. You're not allowed to be in here. So luckily I'm with you.
That is a huge perk. Honestly, as a solo traveler, I highly appreciate that.
Yeah. And as a female, that's really good. And I can see that they've got lots of modern seating as well. So all the women can sit as well.
Really cool. It's like really spacious. And there's 2 seats on one side and then singular seats on the other side. And it's not like back against the window, which I've never seen before. Very cool.
The next station is King Fahd District.
By far one of the most modern train experiences I've ever had, and this section here is first class, which will be even quieter. So there's a train coming on the opposite platform, and here you can see where it says family, and then here it says single. So if you're alone and single, you'll obviously enter into this side, but if you're with your family, children, or with your wife, you can then enter through there. One thing that's interesting, no one's here. We found a few of the stations to be relatively quiet. A lot of the stations that we go to in Southeast Asia, we've been in China, Japan, South Korea, even in Thailand, there's always lots of people waiting on the platform, but here it's completely quiet. One thing that's really interesting is this is a driverless train. No one's driving this train, and right now Riyadh actually has the longest driverless train in the entire world. They haven't even got all 6 lines ready yet.
Very impressive. These subway stations are so clean, and there's no stalls or anyone selling anything or loud music or litter. It's absolutely spotless. Look at this.
That's a good point. It's completely minimalist.
Yeah.
There's not anything on the wall. There's not anything on this glass here. We've now come out the station and we've come here specifically to look at one of the most unique buildings in the entire world. Such a standout structure here in Riyadh, which is Kingdom Tower. And looking at it, it's absolutely epic how it juts out the sky compared to all the other buildings around it. And it almost looks fake because it is so gigantic and so futuristic. It looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, like this giant alien spaceship has landed in the desert of Riyadh. It's one of the tallest buildings here in Riyadh at about 302 meters high, but it's the 3rd tallest building in the world with a hole in, because you can see it's got this giant, almost parabolic hole right in the middle. And in fact, there's a sky bridge at the top that you can go all the way up to and view the city. But as you can see, it's freezing cold, and in fact, it's raining right now. So we thought we're not going to go up because it's so cloudy and foggy. We're not going to see much of the city. But this is what typical streets look like here in Riyadh. Very clean. On this side, we've got a big pedestrian walk. I would say this is a very car city because everybody drives cars. You can see Chev is walking and only one other person is walking. And then on this side, there's absolutely nobody. So if you come to Riyadh, you definitely need a car because everything is seriously spaced out.
A few people reached out to me and said, "You're going to Saudi Arabia. Are you going to be okay? Is it safe for foreigners? Is it safe in general?" And as a woman especially, I feel incredibly safe. I can walk around by myself, nobody stares. Plus, the dress code is very relaxed. As you can see, I'm not wearing an abaya, I'm not wearing a hijab that's covering my hair or face, and there is no legal requirement to cover if you don't want to.
And everywhere we've gone, even looking at the train, there is construction everywhere. So they're obviously building something massive here. There's a giant skyscraper being built in the background. And I've just seen this sign here, which has Vision 2030. And in fact, that's Saudi Arabia's goal, is by 2030, they want to transform this entire country, not only the city, into a new futuristic and modern world. And I assume that's to get lots of people to travel here, investors to come here, and we can see it happening. Hello. I almost feel like I'm here too early. Like if we came in maybe 2 or 3 or 4 years, I think this place is going to be electric. It's going to blow up, and I think people from all around the world are going to come here and visit here.
Another thing that people said is, are women allowed to work? Do they have rights? Are they free? Can they drive? Can they live their lives freely? And those perceptions are actually really outdated. Of course, women can work, they can drive, they can own businesses, they can live their lives freely. And we have seen that here in Saudi. We've seen them in the cafes with their friends, socializing, of course, living their life as they want to. I am so grateful to be here in Saudi Arabia and experience what it's like firsthand for myself instead of just believing all the headlines. And that is exactly why we are here today, to discover everything firsthand. And I have to say, I am pleasantly surprised and I'm really impressed.
So since we're in a new country, the number one question we always get asked is, what insurance do you use? As we said, we've been traveling for 5 years in over 20 countries, and it's difficult to find an insurance provider that covers you for all of these different countries. And when the pandemic hit in 2020, I was looking for an insurance provider to cover us, and that's when I came across Safety Wing, who we would like to thank for partnering with us on this video. Now, Safety Wing is a completely online global health and travel insurance for digital nomads or remote remote workers like us who are traveling to different places. Now, the reason I chose Safety Wing for these 5 years is the ease of use. All you have to do is an online subscription. So you sign up either at home or you can sign up when you're already abroad for insurance for as long as you want to, because you can sign up for a year, just for a month, and once you're signed up, you're immediately covered. Doesn't matter where you are in over 180 countries. We like to use Safety Wing's Nomad Insurance, which covers you for an array of different situations, like if you have a motorcycle accident, if you need surgeries, if you need medications, or if you have a travel delay, a stolen passport, or even lost luggage. So for us, traveling around the world, that's exactly what we need. And because everything is online, it's so easy to file a claim. You can go into Safety Wing's system and file a claim in just a few minutes, and there's a 24-hour support if you need it. And that's what I really like. Easy to use, no fuss. So if we want to extend a policy or buy a new policy or tell Safety Wing that we're going to several countries, we can do that all online. I can do it on the go. And if you want, you can add a family member or a friend to your policy. So for example, I've got Chev as a partner on my personal plan, so I know that we are both covered. So it doesn't matter if we're climbing the Great Wall of China, motorbiking through northern Vietnam, or traveling here through Saudi Arabia, our insurance stays the same. We highly recommend Safety Wing, and we're going to continue to use it on the rest of our travels. If you want to give it a try, just click the link in the description below. And I've just noticed that there's a bus station right outside the metro station. Besides taking the bus and making it very easily accessible to get around the city, they've also got an air-conditioned waiting room. Oh, there's a button over here. Wow, you can actually buy your metro ticket in here. And it's so warm in here. And I assume during the summer months, they've got the air conditioners in here to make it nice and cool while you're waiting for the bus. Very clever, I like that. So here's a bus waiting to pick people up. And here they have all of the different bus stations, very easily accessible. Hello, salam alaikum. Good on you. Where are you from?
I'm from Kenya, Nairobi.
From Kenya. I'm from South Africa.
Oh, wonderful.
Nice to meet you.
Johannesburg or
Johannesburg, yes.
wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Welcome, brother.
So that guy, if you didn't hear, was from Kenya, which is very close to South Africa, where we're from. So there are many expats from all around the world that are actually coming to Saudi to work here. And this is what it's like outside the train station. There's all of the palm trees, which is really cool. Reminds you that you're in the middle of the desert right now. And then there's a giant skyscraper in the background, but also a brand new one just being built. As I said, when you look around the city, there's always construction, and it's not small projects like a little house or something. It's always giant skyscrapers or big areas that they're building. The sun has just gone down, and you can see behind me we are in one of the most beautiful and majestic places. Unfortunately, the audio for this part is not going to be so good because they confiscated our microphones, our tripod and the camera. So if you're coming to this place, please don't bring anything, just bring your phone, because they will take everything. We have just arrived at Boulevard World, which is pretty much like an amusement park or a theme park where they have loads of rides, food, and all kinds of stuff that we're going to go explore right now.
They've basically recreated replicas of iconic countries, iconic landmarks, and we're going to actually experience lots of different countries in one place, from the food, architectural marvels. This is so exciting to see what entertainment and what people do on the weekends here in Saudi Arabia. This is so cool.
They've got all the camels with the Saudi flags on, and all the buildings look like castles, but they're typical Arabian, Saudi Arabian buildings. So I just want to get stuck in. Let's go and see what Boulevard World is all about. And as you can see, lots of people are coming here. This was the #1 thing that was suggested to us when we came to Riyadh.
So first things first is we actually had to book our tickets on an app called WeBook, and they use WeBook for practically everything, every event. It was super easy. We just booked online in about 5 seconds, and it cost us 70 riyal per person on the weekend. It's obviously much cheaper on the weekday and obviously less busy. So I highly recommend that. As we said, very, very strict security. I mean, really strict. Our tiny little DJI microphone and our tiny, the cheapest tripod in the world was confiscated. We even went to Tiananmen Square with our microphones. So do not bring any tripods, any professional cameras. Just bring your phone.
As we've arrived, There is the biggest screen I've ever seen in my life going all the way down this street. There's music playing and it's upside down. I've never seen a screen over you, and obviously in the summer months it's so hot that this will be covering you the entire way. Whoa. This is insane. We've just arrived. We've only just arrived. As we've continued to walk, we've realized we're now in Paris. There you can see De Paris. Everything is now in French. There's a boutique over there. And look at all the buildings. I really feel like we're in Paris.
Totally Parisian buildings. I can see bonjour. I can see coffee and treats, crepes. I feel like I'm in Paris.
Instantly.
Welcome to Paris.
Even the music is French. We've just transported.
Arc de Triomphe in Saudi.
What? No way.
We're not in Saudi, we're in Paris. It's the Eiffel Tower.
What?
That's insane.
It's not even like a small replica. And all the buildings. There's Arc de Triomphe. Another massive screen.
The biggest screen I've ever seen.
And you can't see on camera, but it's 3D as well. We've only just arrived.
We've been here for 2 minutes.
I see they have a croissant bar and all the restaurants around are all French, selling French snacks, treats, desserts. It's French toast. Wow, walking under the Eiffel Tower.
We'd be walking under the Eiffel Tower today.
Who knew?
Oh, look
What?
at Here I am, under the Eiffel Tower.
In the desert.
In the desert, and it's freezing cold. What a combo.
To be honest, it's just absolute scenes here. We've got people selling balloons. There's all sorts of things to look at and take a picture. We're now in Turkey. I can see there's a sign that says Turkey. This is the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul. And it's absolutely mad. There's just activities. I don't even know where to look.
It's like sensory overload, but we're only in one country. We've still got so many left to discover. They're selling Turkish ice cream, there's a Turkish bazaar, Turkish food, sweets. Unbelievable.
Let's just keep exploring.
Go.
What is this guy selling? Tea? Hello. Look at these guys selling ice cream. Okay, so we're leaving Turkey now, and this is welcome with a big blue star, so I'm assuming this is the United States.
The first thing I see, giant Pepsi and a fries bar.
It's got to be the
Welcome
US.
to America. Gas station.
Pepsi gas station. So cool. Typical American.
Okay, fries bar and rice. That is red, white, and blue. That's America. Goodness, a saloon car, and I can hear Beyonce. Is that Beyonce?
Here's the Las Vegas sign. Really cool.
So first things first is we've noticed all the brands. Burger King, Cinnabon, Texas Chicken, Dunkin' Donuts. And that's just what I can see right around me. So this is definitely America. But there's tons of entertainment. There's a motel cafe. You can play games, win all sorts of plushy prizes. This is so cool.
Get it, guy. Get it, guy.
Get a gun, get a gun. I know where we're going. We're going to Japan. Come on. These games are so tempting. I know where we're going next. Japan.
Okay, goodbye US. Look at all the neon lights. Very Japanese. This is literally what all the Japanese stores look like in Japan.
That is so true. Like if you've never been to Japan, this is exactly what it looks like. And that's so cool. I think that's exactly why they've done this. They've made it so immersive that if you've never been to any of these countries, you can actually feel like you visited them.
This is exactly what the streets look like.
What is that? that a transformer?
Okay, our next world that we've stumbled into is Mexico. So we've got more tacos. All the buildings are a little bit different. I really like that every country, the music is themed. So you feel like you're in that place. And here they're selling like big sombreros. And on this side is Chichen Itza, one of the wonders of the world. We've been to two, in fact, the Taj Mahal, and we've been to the Great Wall of China. We've made videos of both if you want to see them, but not Chichen Itza yet. So we might need to go and visit Mexico, but this is a good introduction. She's eyeing the food. There she goes.
I'm sorry, I will never say no to tacos and chips. Is that a sign we need to go to Mexico?
I think so. We need to go to Mexico. Okay, Shep spotted something and she's straight in. This is a paella corner. Look how big the plates are of paella. Wow.
It looks amazing.
So she likes Spanish food out of everywhere in the world.
I saw this and it immediately caught my eye. I wish you could smell this through the screen. It cost 54 real, so it's pretty pricey. But I think it's going to be so worth it. Out of all the foods I saw, I was like, I want everything. But this got me.
Here they have what they're calling the Planet Cinema, and it's this giant sphere that you can go inside and watch movies, and it's pretty much got like the Las Vegas sphere on it. All different images and graphics come up. Really cool. So now you can go and watch the Aladdin show inside this. And now we're entering Africa.
That's where we're from.
So in the Africa zone, they have lots of souvenirs. I think we actually call these curios.
Yes.
Which is
we have these all over.
everywhere. Everywhere. You can all, I actually have one of these in my house, but a giant one. And we get all of these different animals. And obviously like the buffalo we have.
This is like our entire house.
Yeah, this is like being in our house, to be honest. We have all of these kind of things. I don't think we need to say where we're going next. They have built entire pyramids in the middle of this boulevard world. I'm blown away. Oh, and not only one, I count 1, 2, there's a third one on this side. And they're absolutely massive. The attention to detail on all of these pillars over here, they have like ancient text as well, all from Egypt, and obviously the size of these pyramids. Look at this. Look at it in comparison to this guy here, just how big it is. And they've made 1, 2, and then a third one on this side. So behind me is Italy that we've just walked through with pizzerias, and it really felt like we were in Florence. It felt like we were in Venice, and it's a weird feeling to actually be transported to all these different countries. I have to keep reminding myself I'm in Saudi Arabia, and this is maybe only 10 or 15 minutes outside the city center. We didn't have to travel far to get to. But the most interesting thing I've noticed is there are very few Western tourists, and I'm not sure why, because this is one of the most epic places I've been to, and a really good tourist attraction if you're coming to Saudi. So that shows that not many people are coming here. One of the final countries that we're seeing, sounds weird to say that, is China, which we've actually spent 7 weeks in China last year, and it was one of the most incredible experiences. We made a whole bunch of videos if you want to watch those, but to be honest, this feels very authentic. It feels very lifelike and real. In fact, the music and the smells coming. On this side is a hot pot restaurant. They've got noodle dishes, and each world or each country just feels so realistic, and they've really made an effort to make it authentic. Even the food is exactly what it's like in that country. Let me show you an example. I mean, this actually looks like it could be in China. Fried rice noodles and some Chinese dumplings, fried shrimp, fried chicken.
Actually, this looks a lot like Shanghai, where the vibrant red color is so iconic. It honestly feels like I'm in Shanghai right now.
If you're from Saudi Arabia and maybe you haven't traveled or you haven't been to this many countries, this really gives you an idea of what it's like. For most people, they don't get to visit many different countries, and this is a way that you get to travel the globe, but you still get to stay in your city, and obviously everything is still in Arabic. I feel like I've done a lap of the world. I'm exhausted. Right opposite Boulevard World is Boulevard City, which is pretty much a replica of Times Square. And
I cannot believe that this is Saudi Arabia, because honestly, this is the identical replica of Times Square. This feels like we're in New York. There's a cable car going, there's music, there's shopping, there's entertainment.
the whole day, I'm like, can you believe we are in Riyadh? Is this what you picture when you picture Saudi Arabia? Riyadh, we've learned today, is a very nighttime city.
It feels like everything comes alive at nighttime.
I assume that's because of the weather. Like in the summer months, it's so hot that you have to be here at night. And look at all the brands, just like it would be in New York. We got Samsung, Pac-Man for some reason. Then we've got IHG Hotels, STC.
I'm starstruck that this is Saudi. Today has taken us completely by surprise, and I'm actually so overwhelmed on our first day here in Saudi Arabia. We've had the most unbelievable experience.
I think this really shows what Riyadh is like. It's developing, it's forever evolving, and it's blowing us away. We feel like the media often shows sand dunes and tradition, but I think this is the new Saudi Arabia. In the next video, we will be seeing an amazing rock star here in Riyadh.
We're going to Jeddah, we're going to Medina, we're taking a high-speed train.
If you have any recommendations for us in Saudi, please let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think of Saudi, and we'll see you in the next one.